Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. So, after a week and a half, I have been gone. If you all haven't noticed, which I'm sure you either have or you haven't, but we are back. I am back. D&D is back. Everyone is back. And tonight, as usual on Saturdays, welcome to the Will-O-Wisp Woods and episode 7 of Steam and Rain. So, for those that are new or those that don't know what's going on, here we have Darrow, Thormir, and Lars, played by our wonderful players Hootie, Matt, and James. Our wonderful players started out as fellow workers, picking up a quest or a job to move a package. What they didn't expect was what the package was going to be. Now, after some interesting interactions, some traveling, some tracks found that were a bit unnerving, some strange happenstances, and a very interesting cat, our players now find themselves walking along the path of the wonderful world. They find themselves moving north from Gem to Cambrai. Cambrai. I cannot read my fucking font.
You came up with the names.
I did. Cambrai. There it is. Moving north towards Cambrai. And of course, as they were moving north, our group found themselves in the midst of an attack. A rather strange creature made of steam and stone smashed into the side of their carriage, demolishing the carriage in their fight and the young girl that they are transporting. Oh, I can hear myself through Hootie's stream. I forgot to mute the tab. There we go. So he still gets the viewership, but I can't hear him. But the young girl that they're transporting for the noble who had claimed that he has no idea who she is, knocked unconscious at the time during this fight, was brought back with a few helpful potions that were made just before the shattering of the alchemist's supplies. But now the players find themselves walking along, and a few days have passed since this strange occurrence with this massive brass and stone and steam mechanism. Now, as they travel through the night one night, setting up camp, getting ready, they notice in the tree line, or at least one of them notices in the tree line, a drawing feeling, this strange pull towards the forest. As Darrow finds himself dragged along towards the tree line in this strange feeling, this trance-like pull he notices that within this forest, there seems to be some sort of strange light deeper in, as if torchlight or candlelight. Noticing that Darrow has begun traversing into the trees, the young girl, originally told to wait with Lars, is left by Thormir, who is then followed by the young girl, and Lars, with no other options, follows along as well to help keep her safe, as he seems to not be able to talk her out of following along. And as they follow Darrow deeper into the trees, they notice that Darrow, who wants so badly to be unseen in this moment, as he's drawing nearer to his target, they watch as Darrow is surrounded by the shadows that he seems to rip away from the trees, the brush, the darkness around him, before it starts to swirl around his body, and he's gone into the night. However, now with him gone, the three notice deeper in the tree line, seemingly what he was following more than likely, deep within the forest between the trees, there's a very small flickering of light that they can now see, with Darrow no longer blocking line of sight of it.
Your thing.
Yep.
Switched out.
Yep. With Darrow no longer blocking line of sight, Thormir and Lars both notice this flickering candle torch, this flame in the distance. However, Darrow hears upon his shoulder, as he's enveloped in this darkness, "They have made their way out of the circle." So, are you all continuing towards the candlelight or firelight or flame?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For those of you being stealthy, I would like stealth rolls.
I don't know what spell is that.
I'm guessing the ability doesn't muffle any sound. Like,
2 spells at once, silence and invisibility, that would be so good.
I don't know the thing.
Well,
Oh, fuck yes.
I don't know what spell is that though.
let's look at Darrow's sheet.
Like, what's that one? That would be...
It is so weird having 3 monitors, because I've got Discord on this monitor.
Cool.
I've got my Twitch chat and stuff on this monitor with my Streamlabs.
I forget that you basically never, you didn't really get to experience this because you just immediately left.
Yeah. It's very interesting. But nonetheless.
What's
rolls
the,
am I gonna get?
What's the range you have now? Is like there, there.
Bop, bop, bop. Triangle.
Oh. Respect.
I think his upper one it's a TV on a swing arm,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that he can pull it towards his bed so he can watch YouTube when he goes to bed. I would like something like that, but my
Yes.
setup's currently up in the attic. So.
But Yes,
What do we
it does
got?
not muffle noise. However, it does make you invisible.
16.
I rolled.
Bro, come on. Could I not have done something better?
Invisibility makes it to where stealth checks do have advantage.
But I have disadvantage because of my armor, so does that just mean I have a normal
Great
roll?
rolls.
Yeah, it does make it a flat roll.
Okay, so my normal roll was a 16.
Nice.
And before anyone asks, it's like no matter how many advantages you have or how many disadvantages you have, it's just cancel each other out. Sadly.
I got a
So if I have
13
3
total.
disadvantages and 1 advantage, it just cancels everything out.
Just straight roll.
I like that.
I will take as many.
I like it until it's on the enemy team. Then it's fucking blasphemous.
That's usually how it goes, yeah.
For stealth, surprisingly, 17.
That's good.
13 total for me.
That's good.
Yep, stealth, the ranger. Let's
Oh,
go.
wait, 16 plus 2, 18.
Nice. I was about to say, if you have modifiers, of course. So, 18 on Darrow.
Forgot to add that.
Lars got a
17.
17. Thormir, you got a
13.
13.
girl
Very
get?
nice. She got a something.
None your damn business is what you got.
She got a something.
I can tell if she's stealthier than me or not.
You get the cat roll.
Is that
for stealth,
it-
too.
The cat can disappear. What the f do you mean?
God damn it.
The cat's
roll.
on his shoulder, and it is
The cat
blinding.
disappeared. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
The cat faded into my hood because you were looking at it with magic sight, and it went, "I'm not about to deal with this."
No,
And you're-
no,
In my notes, I literally have Lars is convinced the cat is Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Or you can just
An
write,
eldritch
wrote
god, I
down,
tell you.
or you could just wrote down Lars knows.
Not even knows. Last
Knows
session,
too
you were
much.
just sitting there like, "Oh, that cat, it's not normal. It's a god, I tell you."
Yes, he is under that full impression. As he should.
There we go. And
Do I still see her with my natural passive perception of stupidity?
what was that?
Cat?
No, the girl.
Yes.
Natural perception of stupidity.
I have a 21 perception. So to sneak up on me, you have to beat a 21. But that's how stupid it is. Even if I have alert, I can't ever be surprised. Because there's
Alert's
not
a fun
too many
feat.
good feats. Yes, because there's sadly there's not too many feats that are really good for wizards besides just straight resistance.
Yeah.
And eventually, it's like a resistance becomes immunity. So what's the point?
But nonetheless. So, you all continue forward. As you continue forward, Darrow would be the first to notice as you get closer to this light in the forest. What starts to come into view is something off the map entirely. There's no sign of this. There's no road leading to this from the main. There's no entrance to this. You begin getting closer. How close are you all willing to get?
This light.
And Lars is just making sure that his companion is fine and the package is safe.
If I remember right, I told Matt to go off one direction and for him and her to stay back, and if something happens to come this way, but then she also just said, fuck it, I'm gonna keep walking this way.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm gonna follow. I don't know where Matt is. I'm gonna stop just short. Hi, Meg. I'm gonna stop, like, just out of the reach of the light.
Okay. Hello, Meg.
I don't want to risk out. I don't want to risk walking over there and having the shadows go bye-bye.
Okay.
We can't see Darrow whatsoever because he's visible right now, right?
No.
So we can't. Okay. If anything, I would just use a perception roll, just to kind of see what's surroundings, because it is dark, but I have really good vision in darkness.
You are a dwarf.
Feel free.
And
He's
the
a gloom stalker.
Fuck it, I guess also perception roll.
Okay.
17 plus
17 plus 1 is 18.
Okay.
I got an 18, Matt got.
23.
Nice. Well, as you all get closer, you look towards the light, and you find yourselves staring as this light is one of a number within homes. These makeshift shacks, these half-ruined buildings. You look closer, and Darrow and Thormir notice movement in the window. Inside the building seems to be somebody, a figure. However, in this space, you notice a small village. No more than maybe 12 to 14 homes. However, Thormir notices off towards the side, seemingly overgrown, is an old manor. Overgrown, also falling apart. This place is in shambles. And then you see one. A figure outside. Slightly hunched, as he seems to sway back and forth as he walks. Probably just a drunkard. As the rain falls. A number of the homes do have candlelight. A number of them don't. It is later into the evening now. But you notice, or at least Thormir notices, looking up close, this figure, this shambling drunkard, is missing a portion of his jaw. What would you all like to do?
Is it undead?
Could you repeat that figure? Because for some odd reason my headset disconnected.
This figure is slightly hunched over, kind of swaying back and forth as they walk, their feet sloshing in the mud underfoot. And you having the highest perception, you're looking into this village and you see this figure, and you notice, looking closer, as it turns its head, it's missing a portion of its jaw.
It's missing a portion, not just like hanging down like it's like an undead. Just it could just be someone who's had a substandard injury.
Maybe.
So
That's
looking,
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask. So looking at the ability, light shouldn't deactivate this, right? The invisibility.
This is your first time trying it.
Trying to stay close enough to the shadows and towards the houses. Want to sneak in closer.
Okay.
Thormir signals to the girls with Lars, correct?
The girl and Lars are following you.
Okay. I tell them to Lars and to the girls that to stay back. There are people here. They don't seem just quite right. Let me venture forward. I'm gonna be stealthy. See what's going on. Darrow just up and disappeared yet fucking again. I don't know how the fuck that motherfucker does it. Keeps on doing it. But
He said he
does it.
doesn't have any magic. He's been lying to me and lying to us.
I have no fucking clue. It's just he's gone one night and then he comes back and everything's fine and now he's just gone. So have to figure out where that fucker went, and now we need to figure out this village. Cause not good odds he's probably going towards the village.
You guys saw me start walking towards that way.
Who knows, you went invisible.
I'm going to start ritual casting detect magic.
Okay, you're just gonna fucking give me away then, is that it?
The
So-
detect magic only makes it to where he can see.
For as
No, I'm going to cast light in the darkness and reveal. No.
Thormir is gonna climb a tree and is gonna stay about 20 feet away from the village, climbing the tree to get more of an aerial view of everything, to get a better scout.
Okay.
But stealthy. Hello, kitty.
No, everything's difficult terrain when climbing because it's wet.
how currently how far away is Lars and the girl from the village?
Wherever you all stopped.
I don't even know where the fuck we stopped.
That's why I asked.
And where? How far away from the village are we, Darrow? Not Darrow, Pharaoh.
Well, then if I were to have stopped you guys, it would probably be about 60 feet. So, within that amount of range, I could get get back to you as fast as I can. Because you'd be still in range, because, you know, ranger things.
Mm-hmm. So, Darrow, while you are moving forward, what all are you doing right now? Mm-hmm.
What? Why did he get moved?
That's a good question.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know.
I guess James is now the dungeon master, and you're just Lars now. So, how to turn tables.
There you go. What the fuck was that? Now it's back. What'd you do, James? What'd you do?
Don't
Okay.
worry about it.
Nonetheless,
Oh, just trying to stay as close to the shadow as possible right now, and like near the houses, trying to be stealthy and keep the trip as close as possible inside the village to see what the hell's going on.
okay.
While you're getting third to it.
It's more of an itch than a siren call. It's not controlling, remember? That's what Will said.
Mm-hmm. So, as you are going into the village, where are you wanting to go is the question. What are you wanting to do?
Do we have a map? Because otherwise, all I can tell you is I'm staying close to the shadows, close to the houses, trying to be sneaky, moving around them, and trying to see if I can find anything that, like, makes the itch in the brain go away.
Like some Dr. Pepper right now.
Does that make your brain itch, man?
Yes, Dr. Pepper.
I thought it was Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew just tastes like pure fucking sugar to me now.
Because it kind of is.
It is. All soda really is that.
It is just pure sugar, I know that. Alexandra got Mountain Dew out of my system. I have it rarely now. But Dr. Pepper is my guilty pleasure. I drink it, I get a headache, but damn, it tastes good.
Your body's not used to the high processed bullshit anymore.
Oh, that's always been the case. It's because it has almond in it.
You have problem to have.
Almond gives me a headache. Like
Are
mint
you
does.
allergic to it?
Not that I know of. I drink,
Okay. What's your
I can
cat's
drink
name
almond
again?
milk. Penny.
Penny is. I think I see Penny in the background.
Oh.
Ow.
If you want her
No,
full
that's-
name, it's Pennzoil.
My mic arm.
So we will
Enzoil the war criminal.
move this to here.
Is it a map? A
I asked him
physical
for a map because he's like, "Where do you want to go?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know the layout."
All right.
Uh,
You all are towards the bottom here.
Ooh. It's a pretty map. We have to look on stream.
hmm
where?
That's a good map, Will.
It's not mine. I take no credit for this.
It's still a good-looking map.
hmm There are people who are actually competent in map making and do really good at their job for it.
So
If
which
I sit
building?
down and make one, I could probably do one, but in the moment, this is what I have because I didn't actually
So-
expect to be home in time for this session.
Yeah.
Which one's the broken
you-
down manor?
The one at top
hmm
is the big house. Plus, like you said, this isn't 100%. So Matt and them are off to the
To the
down
south.
path thingy. From that path up and to the right, the secondary, teeny tiny house shed thing
hmm
crouched behind that and moving to the right. Not that one, the other one. To the right of it.
This one here?
The first house that you were waving at to the right of that, the broken down house thing to the right of it, next to the red house. The red brick house. Crouching
that-
around back there and moving towards the house to the right.
Okay.
Sneaking around, listening for anything, looking for anything to see if I can figure out what the hell the goth goddess wants from me this time. Because I didn't get a goddamn answer the last time I asked.
Well, you used up your favor for something.
I got branded! I didn't ask for shit!
She knows you like it.
Shut the fuck up.
So, as you're getting closer to the house, you can see in one of the windows. I would like a perception check
From Darrow?
from Darrow. Where's my mouse? There we are. That's the only issue I have with 3 screens, is finding my fucking mouse.
Well,
You got a 12? Is just that it?
with my modifier and everything, yeah.
Okay. As you look inside, you notice it's a bedroom. You notice that across from the window, there's a woman sitting on the edge of a bed with a book, and there seems to be a bundled up child next to her in the bed. There's a simple candle setting on the nightstand next to the bed. But there's not much else to go off of at this distance, with the rain pouring down.
And just keep moving to the right.
Dog, I'm gonna get a new mouse because this shit is not wanting to work.
Is it a Bluetooth or
I
something?
like him.
No, it's a wired.
Tech. It's amazing.
I have some off-brand Russian thing that I've been using for years.
Art of Steel series MMO. Fantastic.
I will be getting another Razer with the numpad on the side.
This is called Red Dragon. I looked it up and apparently it's Russian. And
Oh, I love Red Dragon. I love the Red Dragon with the double shooter on top. I like dice. No, not dice. I like mouses. Mouses are great.
nice.
Yeah. I like the old version of that one.
This is the old version.
No, the old
Dude,
version
this-
of that.
holy
AR.
fuck.
I didn't mean to hit back. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like still really good. Consider buying it again. It's like $30.
So,
Mouse I brought.
Well, next time, in Dragon Ball Z.
Are you trying to make it so you can place the nodules?
no. Not for this. So, you said you're gonna continue moving right?
Mm-hmm.
How far right are you wanting to go?
Mostly just go to the corner, like the edge, look and see if it's safe to go across and just keep going house to house, figuring out what's where, what's going on, why my cat is telling me they've strayed from the path. What fucking path? What the hell's going on?
Well,
Why is my cat telling me to murder people?
What's that, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
alright. Well, you're gonna be passing by another window that's on the side of the house. On this bottom side. And I'd like a perception check.
Another window on that same house?
Mm-hmm. There's one on this far left side, and then there's one along this back side that you're running along.
19.
A 19. As you pass by, are you wanting to look in the window, or are you just going to glance in as you pass?
Look in the window and obvious, like I would assume it would be obvious, but also just listening for any sort of conversations, anything that would give me a fucking hint of what's going on here, because this is very, very interesting, very odd.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to investigate and figure out what the fuck is going on here.
Okay. Well, as you look in, and as your eyes begin to dance along the room, you notice that this is one of those homes that's very simple. It's open. There's a bed against the far wall opposite of the door that's more than likely connected to the room that you were just looking in a moment before. In the middle of the room, there's a dining table. There's another candle. And you notice sitting at the table is another figure. This figure seems to be drinking. He looks tired. He looks out of it.
Is there anything wrong with him?
No.
Race?
His hair is ruffled and somewhat messed up, but He's just a simple blonde human man with very, very cheap clothing and a very cheap bottle of something that he seems to be nursing. As this is going on, Thormir, Lars, perception checks, please.
Sorry,
Sorry
Yep.
about that. Will.
22.
sorry about what? Were you just not here the entire time?
He's put that song in my head.
Yes, 21 total.
21 in total.
What do your dwarf eyes see?
Elven dice.
I see your underpants. Ha 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 ha.
I would like to roll to hit him with the greatsword.
So,
I like to roll to use my charisma.
Just from what he'll see, it's just out of nowhere, coming flying through the trees is just a Beyblade of a greatsword.
Big butt.
so
Thirst.
Thormir got 21. What did Lars get?
22.
22. Very nice. So both of you notice that figure that was shambling around earlier that you had noticed. He's gotten closer as he seems to be wandering around the path. Just kind of... It's almost like it's on a patrol. This figure seems to be patrolling the area. And as you watch this figure, you notice as he gets closer, his clothes are muddied. His clothes have holes in them as if they have been worn and just worn out and destroyed, as if nobody's really given him any new ones to work with or anything like that. He's got no shoes. And as he turns to round the corner, you notice that what Thormir had noticed to be a portion of his jaw missing is in fact a portion of his lower jaw is actually just gone. With some flesh dangling off the remaining jaw. He continues to shamble along the path very slowly, seemingly unaware of your presence. You both notice as you look closer, his eyes are glazed over with this strange gray. His skin is pale and dirty.
He did.
He did? Undead?
He's
For moral
missing
obligations?
he's missing a few digits here and there. One of his nails is completely off. And you look and you notice that as he shambles along, as he turns further to make his way further along the path, there's a hole in the back of his skull. A rather large hole.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Try to cover the girl's eyes just while slowly chanting still for detect magic ritual. It's like.
Time to do something?
Hmm?
time to do something?
If you'd like to.
All the
I'm still chanting 10 minutes.
So
Unless something happens and something breaks my chant, or I have to stop my chant, I'm gonna keep trying to do ritual cast
Is
detect
Are you
magic.
just like looking for me? Is that what you're doing?
No, this entire place seems off, and so he's looking for the magical source.
if he's undead and he's turned around from us, right?
So currently, I would say that you all are along this lower tree line. He is about like he's rounding this corner right here.
Okay.
You all would be along this lower tree line down here, just where you can see this building. And he seems to be rounding this corner here, which is why you're able to see so much more of the side that was hidden, because he was initially walking towards you, and it was a little difficult to see anything because of the way he was shambling. Like he was basically taking the shortcut along this inner edge of this round here and coming directly towards you, if not at an angle to where you only saw his left side. However, as he turned, you noticed the rest of his right side, where his jaw is missing. There's the hole in the back of his skull. These details that you're able to make out now because of this figure now turning.
The full exposure.
So,
If Faramir was nearby, I was gonna bet him. Bet you can't put an arrow through that hole.
I was actually thinking about putting an arrow through that fucking hole. Or just sneak behind him and slice off his head. But he's kind of in between about 3 or 4 buildings, so that would be easy giveaway. So for now, Thormir's gonna leave him alone and just do some excavation. Not excavation.
Excavation, I'm like, okay, yeah, let's start digging.
Start to dig in some holes, I guess.
The dwarven side just starts taking over.
Must bury dead.
Rock and stone. Oh no. I'll probably actually look into the red building right next to us, actually. The bottom.
Okay.
See if it's occupied.
Okay. So, you look in. Are you climbing down from your tree to do so?
I'll try to see if there's any windows above. And if there's nothing I can see from the windows, I'll cut down to see at the lower the windows.
Okay. Well, there aren't any windows that you can see from your perch. Well, you can't see in clearly, at least. So you would have to get down to look into the building itself.
Gotcha. Then I'll get down to look into the building.
Okay. You get down. I would like a perception check to look into the building. To scan through the room to see what all you can see.
I got 21.
A 21. Very nice.
We're so screwed when it comes to combat. Real good, real good, real good, real good. Combat.
So. And you said you got a 15?
15 as a base, and then 6 as the bonus.
Okay, so 21.
Yes.
Very nice. You look in, and you notice in this building, it's another open floor. This abandoned building, seemingly abandoned at least. As you look in, the original flickering candlelight that you all had followed is visible now. It's easy to see the source. as a candle sits on a dining table in the room. And you notice in this building, a woman sits in this main room, full color to her skin. Unlike the shambling corpse that seems to be patrolling this area. And next to her, a young girl who seems to be reading. This young girl reading her own book. The mother seemingly leaning over, helping her to pronounce certain words that she seems to get caught on now and then. But you notice they don't seem scared or nervous. It seems like they have no idea what's going on outside.
And I'll leave them be. Then I'll go forward to look at any other houses near more north. See if it's isn't.
So are you going north or to the right?
Going north.
Okay. So you would be going to this building with the more maroon, purplish, brownish roof? Okay. I will need another stealth check.
Yippers. At 14 plus 7, so 21.
21.
Again.
Okay. You manage to quickly make your way across the path behind this shambling corpse. And as you get to the next building, there's another window, as well as the front door that's connected to the path. What would you like to do? Are you going to go around the side? Are you wanting to look in the window of this building?
I would like to look through the window.
Okay. Go on ahead and look in the window.
Yeah, percent.
As you look in, you notice in this building there seems to be no light, as you notice with your dark vision being a dwarf. Inside there are two figures asleep. A human man, brown scruffy hair, kind of a very rough 5 o'clock shadow that leads to a very scruffy goatee. He seems to be asleep on one of the chairs, and in his lap there seems to be a young boy asleep against his chest. The both of them just sleeping in this main room atop this what looks to be master bed, basically, but there doesn't seem to be any rooms in this building. A smaller bed seems to find itself across the room, across from the master bed, but this small bed seems to be vacant, as its usual sleeper is currently sleeping with the gentleman. Seemingly a father and son, as the young boy has the same scruffy hair.
So, with that situation, how far away is the undead from me?
It's probably, at this point, probably about maybe 20-25 feet away. And it's just shambling along the path, slowly. And it seems to be watching. It's its head kind of swivels back and forth as it sways with each step, and it seems like its dead eyes are watching for things along the path.
And for reference to this map, where would he be? Like, I know I'm gonna be by the front door.
So you're
the-
right around here. He's going to be probably right here, somewhere around here.
So I basically cleared the way for me just to take him out. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So, in this situation,
You'll roll the hit.
Yeah. I'll go for a shot.
Just a moment. Go on ahead. Feel free.
D20.
Yep, D20 plus your use a short bow or a long bow? It's a short bow, isn't it? Long bow. Okay. D20 plus your modifier for your longbow.
Modifier D1. Wait, 1D8 plus 3.
Nope. That's your damage.
Oh.
The modifier is the to hit DC, the plus number by itself.
Oh, plus 7.
Plus 7, okay. So you'd roll the D20 and then add 7, and that'll be your to hit.
I got a 20 plus 7. So 27.
And because of the stealth, I will give you advantage.
Roll again.
I got a 3.
Okay, well, you'll take the higher of the two.
Yes.
So, what was it total?
27.
A 27? Oh, you got a natural 20?
A natural 20.
Well, you're doubling all dice rolled, so whatever your longbow's damage is, you'll roll that damage dice twice, add those together, and then add the modifier, that little number by itself, off to the side.
So, which dice did I roll for the damage?
The damage dice that it's showing for the longbow, which, if I remember correctly, is a D8.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's a 10. There we go.
Yeah, it
there's
is the
three.
diamond looking thing.
Diamond. Diamonds in the sky. God damn it, I'm getting into a bad habit here.
Yep, and now that song is playing in my head.
Sorry. I got a 7.
Okay.
Roll again.
Yep, you double the dice rolled. So if you roll 1d8 for the longbow, you'll roll 2d8 instead.
So I got a 7, then my next roll was a 4.
Okay, so that's 11 total.
Yeah.
Plus your modifier.
Which is 7.
No, that's the to hit. The modifier
okay.
for the damage is that little number that's next to the d8.
Plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
14.
Okay. And because of you being a Gloomstalker, you get something extra, if I'm not mistaken. You get a lot of things because you're a Gloomstalker. Let's see here.
Stupid
that
busted, stupid busted, busted later.
Dread Ambusher.
That's
And I'm
the
off.
entire
Yes.
thing.
No.
And it's not busted. It kind of helps everything.
You deal an additional d8, which means you roll another 2d8 because you crit.
I also do sneak attack too, because I'm a rogue.
Oh shit.
You multi-class in the
So you're rolling an additional 2d6 as well. So 2d8 and then 2d6.
Natural 20?
Yes, he got a natural 20.
Oh wow.
He's doing lots of damage on this poor fucking homeless man.
I'm thinking for Gloomstalker as well. Is it the second attack or is it the first attack that gets extra bonuses, or is it
That's what the Dread Ambusher is, yeah. You can make one additional weapon attack as part of that. Wait, hold on. If you take the attack action on that turn, you can make one additional weapon attack as part of that action, dealing an extra 1d8 damage. Never mind, you don't roll another 2d8.
It's 2d6 though.
That's an additional 2d6. And he's
Never mind,
already
2d6.
done 14 damage?
Mm-hmm. So plus the 2d6 will be... Interesting.
And 2d6, of course, is your usual d6. It's the little cube.
So, and I get to roll that twice?
Yep.
Yep.
Because you got a
Nat 20.
natural 20.
I got a 6
Okay.
20.
and a 5.
25 damage.
25 damage. So...
Zombie's dead.
I would say that the zombie would be able to do Undead Fortitude. However, the DC for that is a bit high, so... Never mind.
Also, it's disadvantage, right? Because he's not aware.
Oh, actually, no. It's because a critical hit, it's just no. It's a no happen. It doesn't happen. So, Undead Fortitude is fun for those that don't know, because Undead Fortitude makes it to where anything undead that has Undead Fortitude, it will have different ways of doing it. However, it must make a con saving throw with a DC of 5 plus the damage taken, unless the damage is radiant or from a critical hit.
Just like that crit, it just hits.
The crit makes it to where the creature can't Undead Fortitude because it's too much damage. The creature just dies.
Dies again.
Congratulations, Matt. You nuked a fucking homeless man.
You fire the arrow, and being the ranger that you are, nail the hole that you had been challenged by Lars to hit just moments before. And you watch as you hear the thickening squish of rotted meat, and then the crunching of skull as the arrow seems to protrude out the front side of this shambling creature before it seems to just stand there for a moment, swaying kind of in a circle, before the weight of the arrowhead finally pulls it forward as it falls face first into the mud.
Satisfying every time.
I have a feeling that we just did something bad.
Yeah.
I go to the creature to retrieve my arrow, and then
Okay.
drag it into a bush.
Video game logic. They won't find it in a bush. Go on ahead and make a sleight of hand check to try and cover it carefully without disturbing the rest of the brush, so that it actually looks hidden and part of the brush.
You don't get video game logic. You have to do this correctly.
Sleight of hand. Where'd it go? Okay, that would be. Oh, I get a +3 on that bitch. I got a 15, so I have 18.
Very nice. You're able to, for the most part, cover the body and carefully hide it so that it doesn't stick out. It doesn't look like you're hiding something here, for the most part.
I really hope I just didn't kill someone's grandpa that they resurrected. And did I retrieve my arrow?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
There wasn't much resistance from the creature's skull.
Grandpa didn't fight back. You're good.
There's nothing to fight. I just fucked its hole.
Uh-huh.
Alright, after that, I just kind of lean towards the building still.
Mhm.
Not anywhere by a window.
Okay.
and just watching carefully my surroundings, because I don't know if there's even more of those dead grandpas.
Okay. Well, I will go on ahead and ask for a perception check from you.
Yepers. God damn, why am I keep getting that number? I got 21.
The number likes you. Stop talking. I'm going to do something. I don't know what yet.
Maybe I need to start rolling the dice by throwing them to the wall.
But these are your metal dice. Don't leave dents in your wall, man.
No, I'm not going to. I know
I'm
that.
the one with metal dice.
I have metal dice now too, because Alexandra got it for me for Christmas.
Ooh, fun.
So I asked her from my dice which one I should use, and she said the metal. Because she got me 2 sets. She gave me metal dice and then this like golden orange resin
Ooh,
dice.
Very
those
nice.
are always fun.
And you didn't post any pictures in the D&D.
Yeah, that's how rude. Show off your dice. Flashbang.
Through the door.
The fuck did you do?
Is this my monitor?
So, you're watching. What did you get on your
21.
21? Okay. I'm gonna slap you.
I had
You
to
missed
remind
your
you.
opportunity. You really did.
No, I didn't. I fucked with him the entire time he was there.
He did.
Good.
But
Don't worry,
nonetheless,
James. I punched him just for you and said this is from James.
Huh?
You had told me. I told you the night before. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go see Will. So I'm gonna go to bed." And you're like, "All right, hit him for me." And I was like, "Okay."
Oh, thank you then.
Got out
Will
of the
will
car, and he's
remember
like,
this.
I want a hug, and I went. That's from James.
will remember this.
Oh no. I was joking. He took it literally.
There was no joking. He didn't say JK or anything. He just said smack him for me. I was like, all right, boss. Good night. And I went to bed, woke up, drove over, punched shit.
Fair enough. But nonetheless, as Thormir is watching, Lars is of course with Jade, as we will call her for right now, because I am getting tired of little girl.
Got a gun from the gangster.
What is Lars doing? Still detect magic?
I'm still casting ritual, casting detect magic, and I'm
Okay.
gonna keep an eye on a girl.
Okay, so you would be done with the ritual at this point.
Sweet. What do my gnomish eyes see?
You look around and you notice that where's my D12?
Stream up is in case things go wonky. Did you kick your antenna or something?
No. Where did my D12 go though?
What happened?
I don't know.
Why are we underneath the desk? And it's not for the fun reasons.
I dropped my D12.
We are now tech support.
Did you turn it on and back on again?
Anyway.
I didn't say did you turn it off and back on again. I said did you turn it on and then back off? Because fuck off. I believe General the Will stream with the map is back up.
Damn it. It's good. It's like rich and earthy.
Trip
It's
is
like,
up on my schedule.
oh,
Just FYI, Will, the last thing we heard you say was like you were going to describe what he was seeing with his magic sight, but then it blipped.
Mm-hmm.
you don't see anything.
Calm down there, penguin.
If I was literally that fucking penguin, I knew I would be a fucking menace.
I don't even know what his fucking name is. The only one I know is Rico, Skipper. I don't know the other two.
You got Private, Kowalski, Skipper, and Rico.
Something clicked in the brain.
He's autistic like that.
Very.
Hey, Will, do you remember what happened on this important day in history? Nope. What are the names of the Madagascar penguins?
Skipper, Kowalski, Rico, Private.
He switched it up that time.
Microphone drop.
Anywho. Okay. So.
What do the Nomais see?
You
Maybe
notice,
grandma.
looking at the corpse that is currently laying on the ground, you notice... Motherfucker, again with the fucking mouse. Come on. I need a new mouse or something like that because this shit's... It's just not working, dog. There he goes. If I have it on the corner where, you know...
Is it the surface or is it the mouse?
It's the mouse itself not reading. It's... I don't know what's going on, but the laser isn't reaching the mat. I can move it around if I put my finger or something else, like some other solid object, like against where the laser is supposed to come out of. But it's not cooperating at all anymore. Unless I like use my thumb and put it like on top of where the laser is supposed to come out of. Anyway. It'll sporadically just stop working entirely, which is interesting. Nonetheless, whatever. So you look at the corpse and you notice necromancy magic.
And necromancer.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the girl?
Right there with you.
Perfect. I think we're just gonna stay here for now, unless the girl just starts moving.
Would
I
you
might
like her
actually
to?
slowly start. I'm just gonna slowly start going forward.
Okay. As you're moving forward, and as Thormir seems to be watching for the most part on this pathway, Darrow, you're moving up the right side. Where are you going next?
Is that... Hold on. Directly across the road from the big red house, is that just like a bunch of rubble?
And where?
Directly across the road north of the red house.
The L house?
It technically would be covered by Matt's picture right now.
He's down here with the purple one.
No, Matt's picture on your stream underneath, like in the middle of
right.
the fucking map, right side, underneath the red house with like all the lines and angled roof and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Directly below that, that gray muddling of
Yeah.
crap, is that rubble?
Yes.
Okay. Fucking run across the street,
Okay.
still trying to not be seen.
Okay. Well, you're able to do that much.
I'm just still looking around, trying to see if there's anything. Because did I see the fucking zombie man?
You saw him shambling around, but you started moving over here before anything else.
I'm just looking for any more people, anything outside. So
Well, looking around, you notice that the building that has all of the angled roofing has no lights on. There are no candles inside. There's no light inside, nothing. And as you, I assume, continue moving up, as you go up, and
the corner of the angled house.
as you get to that point, you look over and you notice in the in this open area right here, there's pathways that kind of circle around this tree. It's almost like they made the tree kind of part of the path. So they've worked around it, of course. And this building, you notice, is half demolished. It's falling apart. There doesn't seem to be anybody in here. But as you look in this area, you notice in the dark, farther along, as you are human, your vision in the dark is not wonderful. Your eyes have adjusted so you can see figures and such, and with the lights around or in the houses, you've been able to maneuver your way along. But as you look down the path, it's hard to make out what it is. But you notice in the middle of the path, there seems to be some kind of boulder or something similar, just kind of resting in the middle of the pathway, as if some kind of blockage or some sort of decor or something like that. There is something in the path, just sitting perfectly still. It looks like a large rock, almost. You also notice at the base of the tree, from the base of the tree up the tree, there is an almost unnatural amount of like flowering ivy plants, just beauty and life just crawling around and up this tree.
Maybe that's the inch.
Go investigate the tree.
Sure.
Do I roll investigation or?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Fuck me. +3, that's 4.
Nice.
Hey, Darka, fuck out here.
It is. It's very difficult for you to really see much of anything as a human, even with your eyes adjusted mostly to the dark now. Without any light, it's very difficult to make out much regarding the tree. But you do notice that, as I said, it's got an unnatural amount of life to it. It's the only tree in this area that has this much life growing around it, up it, in it. It's just a lot of life in this tree. It's very beautiful. It really is. But it doesn't fit. It doesn't look like the other trees in this area.
Lick it. Get Izakite.
No.
I'm gonna have to find that D12.
I mean, at least it's not one that when you step on it, it's gonna fucking puncture your foot. But
Yeah. It's just it's D12.
kinda need it.
For the most part. But
You can always ask us to roll a d12 for you.
He most likely has multiple different sets, but
oh, I certainly do.
True,
I like my metal ones. Feel free to continue doing whatever it is you're doing, though. What the fuck?
After investigating the tree, just cross diagonally to the not broken down house.
Okay.
I'd, being more than a little annoyed, try and talk to the little absent black cat. I don't know what the hell you think is going on here, but I certainly can't see shit.
Oh, babe.
Really?
You must open your eyes.
Fuck you mean by that? My eyes are open. I'm trying to see what the hell you're talking about. All I can tell is that that tree's weird as shit. These people are poor and probably gonna die.
You are looking, but your eyes are not open.
Alright, you and your mystical bullshit. Figure it out on my own.
Time to use cheese codes.
cheat codes or cheese codes?
Either works.
Cheese.
You are white.
Hey! So are you. Fuck off.
Yeah, and I snack on cheese like it's a delicacy. Where the fuck did that D12 go?
You sat on it. It's in your ass.
It's gonna bother me. Oh well. I'll find it later.
This is not a D4.
Nonetheless.
Mustard.
So. You continue forward along the path. I assume to this building here is what you were talking about?
Mm-hmm. More
Okay.
towards like the side where you like near the carriage thingy.
Okay.
Still trying to remain hidden.
As you get closer, you notice that there seems to be a smell. Not from this building, but nearby. There's a smell.
Smelly smell.
It's a rancid stink. A disgusting, rotting smell. Much stronger than anywhere else, in all honesty. It's a very strong smell. However, this building is empty. There are no lights. As you peer into the window, there doesn't seem to be any figures inside asleep or anything like that. It seems this small shack is vacant.
Push up towards the purple house.
Okay. The smell starts to get worse. And as you get to this house, you notice that there are more lights inside. However, it seems the most lights are coming from the manor that's across from this purple building. Or this purple roofed building.
Mm-hmm. Looking around the corners of the building, like towards the pathways, do I see anything?
Towards these pathways next to the shacks up here, or towards the actual main path with the three-way or four-way intersection?
Literally just from either side, just going from one end to the other, just looking through towards the roads to see if I see those two and the girl, if I see another shambling weird shape, another rock, I guess. Like, do I see anything on the main roads?
Make a perception check.
Okay, where's my D20?
Like your cat said, open your eyes.
Bitch, I'm looking, but I don't got dark vision.
It does make things difficult.
Really does.
Mm-hmm.
In the night, that is.
11.
11. You see here, towards this intersection, just around the corner of this rubble, there seems to be still what looks like a rather large boulder at first, until you notice almost like a metallic sheen where the rain is hitting, and some of the lights from a few of these little, like this shack here is putting out light. This shack here is putting out light. It's giving off a very, very, very faint glow, just enough to cause some sort of glare off of what looks like something metallic on this strange boulder that you had noticed before. As for up here, however, you notice that looking towards this shack here at the very end, this is a stables. And you can see through the fencing there seems to be the outline in the darkness of what looks to be something laying down, more than likely a horse. But you know that the smell is worst here.
Smells like death.
Yeah.
That's not good. So, hold on. Is both of those shed thingies stables, or is it the one on the right and then the other one's just like a shed thing?
This one on the left is just a shed, it looks like. The one on the right seems to be stables.
And push up behind the... Yeah, push up behind the shed.
The shed. Okay.
Yeah, so on the southernmost wall, just
Mm-hmm.
walk up there and start peering around corners.
Okay. Would you like to peer around this upper corner or the lower corner first?
Upper.
Upper. Okay.
Fucking using part of my hood to cover my mouth and nose.
Perception check.
Fucking... Come on, shiny math rock. It did not like that. Fuck. What is that? Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
3 total?
Fuck. Yeah.
Okay.
I see you, fuck off.
Then that one.
No, it was a 2. My perception is 1. There's a reason I don't try to persuade either, or perform.
Persuasion and performance are charisma.
Yeah. I have +0 on those.
Yeah. Perception is
-1 on
wisdom.
medicine, fucking -1 on insight, +0 to deception, -1 to animal handling, so how the fuck did I get a cat? Probably because it's not an actual cat.
No, it's not.
It's Cthulhu! It's not the cocaine, I swear!
So, as you peer around the corner, it's difficult to make out anything. As you try to look into the windows and at this angle, this far, with how difficult it has been already for your eyes, it's very difficult to try and peer into these windows, and it is not easy at all to try and get any kind of inkling of what's going on in that manner. But you do notice that there are lights in a number of the rooms.
So the manor house has, like, the most activity out of everything.
It looks like it.
What happens if I peer around the other side?
As you peer around the other side, you don't have to look very hard at all to notice what looks to be another large boulder. However, with a closer look, now that you're basically right next to it, you notice it's not a boulder. This strange boulder is actually what appears to be a very massive, bloated, stitched together amalgamation of skin and muscle that seems to be sitting on the ground, crisscross, with either arm next to its body, but almost like fist down. However, you notice from the middle of its forearms down are not arms. but what looked to be large metal bells. And you notice atop its head, where there normally would be a humanoid head of some kind, you notice there is just a large cylinder made of metal.
So just a fucking tube head holding whatever.
It's not a large cylinder, but it's large enough to have fit over almost like a proportional head or a skull of some kind.
So more or less a helmet thing. Okay.
Yeah. But you notice that it's like bolted onto the shoulders and chest and traps of this creature. This amalgamation of flesh and bone and muscle.
The zombie automaton monstrosity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, loves.
As you're dealing with that, Darrow.
What are they doing? He just fucking shot Grandpa.
Mm-hmm. What are Thormir and Lars doing as Lars has moved up, slowly making their way, I assume, towards where Thormir is at this point?
Where is Thormir?
Thormir
is he, like, in
is...
the yellow tree bush thing, or is he off to the left?
Left side of the purple house.
Okay.
this bottom left corner. So, also, for those of you wanting to look at maps, I'm using one that I found online, but Dice Grimorium on Patreon is the one that made it, apparently. So feel free to check out their maps, because it looks like they do put in a lot of time and effort into their maps.
It looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Nonetheless, so Thormir is, of course, watching from the corner of this building. Lars and the Jade girl seem to be moving up. Lars, are you moving up to where Thormir is at this point with detect
Yes.
magic going on? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You would notice that the body is giving off necromantic energy as you walk over to Thormir.
Ooh. Darker and darker. So it's more and more powerful.
It looks like it was strong enough to resurrect the corpse. And glancing around, you notice there are a number of illusory magics, not on the buildings themselves, but farther around the edges of the village, as if trying to hide the place.
Ooh.
That failed thanks to my dumbass.
So,
Goth lady said go towards the necromancy village, and my ass said bet.
Am I seeing some traps and what around?
no, actually. The village itself doesn't seem to be giving off any magic. The buildings are solid. The paths are solid. There are no traps on the paths. The only thing giving off magic is the corpse at the moment. And
Any other corpses? Any other patrol?
and as you look over at Jade, she does seem to be giving off a hint of magic, but the same as last time you had looked at her with the detect magic.
Okay. Is the girl doing okay? Is she fucking freaked out at all?
She seems fine for the most part.
Just as fucking Empathetic is she always, or not empathetic? Fucking what's the
Apathetic.
word I'm looking for? That.
She's not necessarily apathetic. It's just she's not nervous, and she does notice and look at the body and seem kind of off put by it, but she's not scared or anything like that. She seems, for the most part, normal.
Disgust.
More fascination. Of a more kind of like, I don't feel like touching that fascination. Admire from afar.
Hello, gross.
Ad break ends in 3 minutes.
Alrighty, now we're just gonna keep walking towards Darrow, or if we see Darrow at this point, probably go catch up to him slightly.
At any point, is he able to detect magic and see my haze?
Blinded by the light again. Just
The cat's not on me. However, I don't know how much magic this shit puts off, so you might get flashbanged.
this is worse than a flashbang. This is like looking directly into the sun.
I must ask, do the undead use dark vision to see?
That's a good question.
Because it is night.
So,
It was sunset when we were walking towards it. Yeah, at what? Oh. We're also in the middle of a forest, so it's going to be darker there. It's also raining, so we're not going to have that great of vision there.
but you're not sure. You've never really had to go against undead.
I'm just asking because I'm invisible to creatures who use dark vision to see at night.
Very nice.
Hello, kitty cat.
Very nice.
Very nice.
As for Thormir, I'm just gonna wait until Lars catches up to me, because it's carefully at the edge and I can see them walking toward me.
Yeah, make sure the little gnome and the girl don't get jumped by zombies.
That's
We don't need an episode of The Walking Dead here.
We don't need another
zombie wizard.
A zombie gnome wizard. When I fucking get you, I'm gonna punt you into the sun.
I'm a lesser lich.
I'm sorry, I can't respect a lich I can fucking throw like a football.
Hunt.
What about a demi-lich, which is just a skull?
That's when you just play fucking soccer with it.
Or hacky sack.
Yeah.
Or run away.
Play the El Dorado game, fucking hip ball.
So, Thormir and Lars and Jade are moving up.
I would want them to stay a good distance behind me. Probably a good 15
So you
feet.
move up, make sure it's clear, and then have them come with you.
Bingo.
There you go.
Radio. Sounds like a plan.
I speak, Matt.
You speak Matinese?
Mm-hmm.
And what Thormir would do as soon as they catch up, explain that. And then go towards the other house to the north, to the red house. It, obviously, when passing by the windows, taking a moment to look through the windows and seeing if there's anything in.
Okay.
Hello, kitty. Would you like me to roll a perception check?
Yes.
He's learning.
Where's my d20?
Y'all motherfuckers keep losing your dice.
Aha! There it is. it blended in.
Mm.
That's a 14 plus 6, so I have 20.
Very nice.
And I would like to use one of my skills.
Okay.
And I like to use primeval awareness.
Okay.
Just a sense if any of these creatures are around, being aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within a mile of me.
Okay. And what are you trying to pick up?
I can only choose one.
Yeah, you have to kind of like target spell. I want to see if this is around me.
Let me see really quick. Just as a double
Is that
check.
not how it works?
Just as a double check. I haven't actually played with rangers because they're just really bad.
Yep. Rude.
Yes, they are.
The sad
Yeah,
part
nobody
is genuinely speaking, unless you have the expansions, you only have the Beastmaster Ranger, if I'm not mistaken, which is basically
Hunter.
the Hunter and the Beastmaster, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Hunter, there's a few others, but it's
Basically the bad ones. He's got the Gloomstalker, which is a part of an expansion pack, and
So he's using the pay to win class, the DLC expansion motherfucker.
they gave Gloomstalkers existence because they gave Way of the Shadow Monks existence. It's basically the same kind of idea of, you know, working in the shadows, being very quick, very, very stealthy, moving around in the dark kind of thing. It kind of made it to where it felt like you were playing a rogue without playing a rogue. So,
I'm Stalker and Rogue.
Yep. But
Double the edge.
as an action, you can expend one ranger spell slot, 1 per minute of level, or 1 minute per level of spell slot, to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undeads are present within 1 mile of you, or within up to 6 miles if you are in favored terrain. This feature doesn't reveal the creature's location or number. Neat.
It doesn't just select just one, it just senses
Yeah,
all.
it just senses anything that's within range.
And that's just a spell slot.
Yes, whichever spell slot you're wanting to use, it's a minute per level of that spell slot. So since you have first level, it would be 1 minute.
I just need to know if anything's near me. Because Thormir doesn't know that there's this fucking big ass monstrosity up ahead.
Yes.
I'm glad I didn't throw a fucking rock at the rock. That would have been bad.
Well, you do notice undead within the mile. You do know that there are undead within the mile of that ability.
Okay.
It's a very strong feeling.
Your spidey senses are a tingling.
Very strong feeling towards the idea of shambling corpses.
So the fact is that there's more dead grandpas. Got it.
Mm-hmm. You're not entirely sure as to how many. However, you do know that there are a number of them.
So we're in for a fight. I
Yeah.
like it.
You're not entirely sure how many of them there are, but you do know that there are some.
Oh, I know. Doesn't tell the exact number.
Yep. So you're
I
not
just
entirely
feel-
sure if it's a fight or if you're just fucked or if it's like one.
Or it's a flight. Fucking run.
Yeah. That's also an option.
But yes, from that, obviously, With my 20 perception, I look into the windows by the red house.
Hmm. So this house here? The L?
Yes.
Are you taking the L right now, Matt?
Yes, I'm taking the L.
I've taken the yell all fucking day. You could take one for once.
Well, looking into this home, you notice that within the home, as you look inside, you see a woman sitting, seemingly eating at the moment.
What is she eating?
Just a bowl of some sort of concoction of soup. You're not entirely sure what's in it, but it looks like cheap food.
Gotcha. I just want to make sure she's not eating
Do
on
they
that.
smell it, or do they have to get closer to smell it?
They'll have to get a little closer, but the smell is starting to get there.
Okay.
There is a tinge on the nose kind of thing, like it's downwind, or it's upwind, so they can smell it. But as you look inside, she seems to be eating, and you notice as you look inside, there's another figure at what looks to be a counter on the other side of her, seemingly cutting up food. Back to you, standing. Looks like a simple family.
Alrighty. With that, I just ignore them and continue going north to like the top of the little L area and look at the whole area to where the tree is to north of that manor.
So over here where this tree is? Off to the right?
Yeah. I'm looking at the whole entire like path.
Oh,
area.
you're looking at this four-way intersection?
Guys, I'm gonna be at the little tip of the L. I'm gonna be going north to that tip of the L and then looking at everything around me. Stealthily.
Okay, well, I would like a stealth check then.
I need to put down.
As you continue to make your way around stealthily.
I hope I don't disturb some dead by me. Stealth is +7, so 7 plus 12, so 19.
Very nice. As you look out into this four-way intersection, and you look around trying to ascertain what all is going on in this area, you notice over here, off to this right path, because you have dark vision, you notice what looks to be some sort of stitched together abomination. This creature made of skin and muscle, stitched together with metal wire that seems to keep everything kind of put together, sits on the ground, legs crossed, with what looks to be a metal cylinder that would go around what looks to be where the head would be, and it's bolted into the body itself using these very large bolts. And on each hand, about middle of the way down its forearm, there are metal bells, it looks like, that are pressed down into the earth close to its body, as it seems to just be sitting there quietly, unmoving. It's not looking around, it's not moving, it's not doing anything. It's just sitting there. And keep in mind, sitting, it's a good 7 foot tall.
You didn't mention that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the exact same one that Levi saw?
Mm-mm. That's the one I saw that I thought looked like a rock. There's another one right in front of the purple house, or right north of the purple house.
Sorry, real quick, I had to go to this real quick. Where are we seeing?
Matt is at the tip of the little L house and looking to see what's going on, and he's just now seeing what I thought was a rock originally, and it is in fact a fucking zombie mutant abomination thing with bells for hands. And it sits at 7 foot tall, and it isn't even standing yet.
So that's what's in front of me, but what's in to the right of me?
That's over here.
Oh, holy fuck!
Over here seems to be a clear path for the most part, from what Thormir can see.
So it seems like the tree is being well protected, and that manor is being protected. Interesting. But I don't know anything about the manor.
Yeah.
Or anything about the tree, so... At this moment, I see that, and I say, fuck that. And I proceed to wait for Lars and the girl to catch up to me. Stop
Okay.
that kitty.
Okay. It wouldn't take Lars and Jade very long to meet back up over here where Thormir would be. I will ask that Lars go on ahead and roll a stealth check for me, though.
Fuck. You better not fuck this.
Woo! 17 again.
Very nice.
With your modifier? Modifier?
17.
Very nice.
I'm like most people, once I know it, I know it.
So, you both make your way up. And Lars, because you're a gnome and have dark vision, you also see this massive behemoth of a creature, and it is giving off a very strong necromantic energy, or magic.
No. Child, stay behind me. Very quietly. Child, stay behind me. There's something very dangerous ahead.
Yes, I see you do.
Except, seen Darrow. Have you seen Darrow?
I think he's asking you, Matt.
No, I have not seen Darrow whatsoever.
Maybe do I see him? Do I see Mr.
No, because by this point, you guys are down near the L-shaped house. I'm all the way near the top, near that.
I rolled
on
a horrible
top of
perception
the-
check.
It's on the other side of the
Well, you
purple
never
house.
saw it anyways.
And I'm like,
Darrow would be on the other side of this purple
Can you
house.
see through houses?
invisible ones.
It's not an invisible house.
It's not a brick. No.
No, it's very like strategically stacked bricks, so you can see through the bricks. Every other one.
From this situation, I will just have to advise Lars to kind of stay put, and I'm gonna divert going left to north because I did see that man. Yeah, kitty. Yeah. Yeah, kitty.
A random cat walks up next to them and starts smacking Thormir on the leg.
Man, kitty. Man. I'm in my chicken papa.
That kitty's my pepper.
I go left
That kitty is my pepper.
to avoid the monstrosity.
Okay.
means we go north to the mansion, just going up.
So you're gonna move towards this direction over here?
Yes.
Okay.
Doubtfully.
Well, because of your stealth check, you are able to do that. Is Lars following? Okay.
I would want Lars to stay put.
Well, seems
Yeah,
that they're
we're
following.
also nearby a big fucking thing, so at this point, probably should stay together.
The three of you move forward to this, what seems to be a broken down home, this rubble left behind. And you get to the corner and you look to the right. And as you get closer to this manor, you notice there is a very strong smell. There's a very strong stench. It smells like something's rotting. And you look up the path and you notice just on the other side of the entrance to this house here on your right side, you notice there's another one of those creatures.
Another one?
Mm-hmm. This one also giving off necromantic magic.
Oh boy, we are in deep. Why are we here? Why is Nero gonna
Because
keep going?
I saw a light bulb and the goth lady told me to go here. My dick has led me places that I would not go with a gun.
Nero,
Nero,
that's you.
you need some post-nut clarity. Bad. We just kind of hug to the left.
Over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
To get away from the monstrosity.
Alright. You both make your way across the path to this empty shack and make your way around. As you get to this corner here where this tree is, to help mask yourselves a little bit more, Lars, if he's still here,
He might be lost in the woods.
Damn it, James.
as this is where Darrow currently resides.
Wait, where are they? Where your
They
mouse
are,
is?
yep, they are right here, you're over here.
So I can see them.
Yes, and Lars can see you. At least with his detect magic. He doesn't actually see you. He sees your outline. You know Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? You know God?
Kind of like that. I'm good.
That fuzzy black outline? That. If
Gotta wait
Lars was
until
here.
James comes back to describe it to him. Get back. Oh. Fucker.
I am not.
I think I heard James.
General, go get your fucking buddy and tell him to fucking get back here. He is missing key part of bullshit.
He's missing the monologue. No,
I just hear like a hammering noise.
that's my big metal dice.
By the time I drive over, he'd be back. Text him, call him, I don't know, something. I sent him a Discord message, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't have Discord to ping him.
Well, while we wait for that, those of you that have come in, thank you. Hi, welcome to the Will-O-Wisp. We're happy to have you.
Hello.
This is the Steam and Rain episode 7, and I apologize for the technical difficulties before. As the weather gets worse and colder, the wiring around my home is going to be kind of in and out as it gets heavier with ice, or the wiring itself gets cold and snowed. It's going to be very interesting to deal with, but for the most part, it seems to cut out only once or twice. It's a little annoying. I am going to have to stitch together the VODs later, but for the most part, it's doing just fine. Thank you all for bearing with us. Where the fuck is James?
Do you have his phone number?
I do.
Call him.
He doesn't have an iPhone, so it's based off of my cell signal rather than my internet.
Call him.
It's a priority.
Yeah. There he is. He went for water. He went for water. Hydration is important. Hi, James.
Sorry, Mama needed me.
You didn't
Valid.
take your headphones.
Valid. Mother needed. So, James.
Yes.
Yes, sorry.
Lars, Jade, and Thormir are moving to the left, to this building over here, this empty shack with no lights. And you moved around to where this tree is now. And as you look over here in this corner right here, on the other side of the large creature that's kind of sat here, Darrow is here.
Uh-huh.
You're the only one that can see him. Have you ever watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Probably not.
I'm saving it for rainy day because I binged
Okay.
stuff to...
So,
Have you ever seen Full Metal Alchemist? Period.
Uh-huh.
You know.
I think Brotherhood's the only one that shows.
No,
So
it shows it in normal.
does it?
Shows so. You know when Edward gets the alchemy powers. and
Exactly.
is sitting there in front of the big gate, and he sees a whitish person that's outlined in black.
Stream is going crazy. I got text from Justin. The stream is going crazy. I'm like, I'm upstairs.
So you don't see. You don't see Darrow.
No, I just see an outline.
You see the outline of this strange divination magic.
Oh,
I'm gonna find a picture and send it in the Discord.
divination.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but when I think of visibility, I'm thinking like the ghosts from Destiny, the shadow smoke, right?
I'm
That's
sending
exactly-
it to you.
Yep.
Sending it in the
However-
Discord.
Where the figure is, I'll shoot at it.
Bitch!
Is Darrow just like, what does the outline look like it's doing?
It's in general. It's in general. That's the kind of outline you see, but like with my character and armor and stuff. So you should have an idea that it's me. Don't shoot me.
Maybe.
Fireball.
I will fucking tomahawk this greatsword.
I don't have fireball yet.
Well, hold on. What is it? It's not. Is it divination? I guess divination is both a spell and a spell school, which is very interesting.
So it's either illusory, or divination.
Mm-hmm. But this is not divination as in like the spell school. This is divine magic. Almost like you would see off of a cleric.
Lars is just like, guys now. He has a lot of
Except instead of
explaining to do.
Except instead of it being a sunshiny glow, it is very much not.
Darkness.
It was kind of, enveloped in shadows.
Yes.
Okay, anything else I missed real quick? Sorry for the
No,
the
that was it.
Okay.
It was
He
kind
is
of
right next
important that you knew where the fuck I was.
No, it
This
was
is
more
like-
important that he knew what he was seeing, as the only
And
one
he's
that can see it.
right next to another massive.
Yeah,
Creature.
so you
Mhm.
guys are at the weird brown house thing with like right
Mhm.
underneath the tree at that corner looking across. You see there's the weird amalgamation zombie boy, the purple house, and then in
And-
between that gap you can see where I'm like looking at the same shit.
I
give you-
love how he's just pointing at the screen and we have no idea where it is. Ah!
I gave you 5 gold to lick the monstrosity.
Seriously?
Lick.
That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke.
I can
Literally a joke.
levitate him. I can definitely levitate him.
Lick.
I have
Lick,
this
not
I have the
lift.
spell prepared. Let's do this. I'm ready.
You gotta lick it, not lift.
I heard levitate.
No.
Also, by the way, that is my. I cannot wait for one of you to piss Lars off enough that he's gonna cast that spell on you guys, and if you fail, you can't do anything. Literally, levitate is so unbelievably underrated.
Why would we want to piss off the person who knows the game?
You don't piss off the crackhead.
No,
Okay.
don't.
I think he's getting over this shit.
Lars and
Uh-huh.
Thormir and Jade here. Darrow here. Amalgamation here.
So I'm blue. Ah, sweet, I'm blue.
We're all blue.
Blue's blue. Oh, one in the light of blue. Okay. What does Daryl look like he's doing?
I was just looking over at the
Yeah.
stuff.
It looks
like,
like he's
Does-
trying to
has
scout.
Studying.
Has the creature made any movements?
No,
No,
it
it's
hasn't
sitting
moved
there.
at all.
The bells are on the ground and it's just sitting there big as fuck and angry as shit looking.
Looks so Faramir. What did we do? Also, I found him.
Found, found who?
Who else?
You're talking about Darrow?
Obviously.
Where the fuck is he?
He's invisible over there. Keep your shut.
I don't see
Wait.
shit besides the fucking monstrosity.
Exactly. Look at my eyes. His eyes, the typical normal. I never said what color they were. We're just gonna go green. Is now like a layer of purple and blue and is swirling. I can see magic.
I can see that, and you look like you're tripping balls at the same time with your swirling eyes.
I have no idea what we're talking about. Tripping balls is. Either way, no, he's over there. I can see him. He's like, think about this. Think about the magic's all about him, and I can see the magic all about him, and the magic all about him allows me to see the outline of his body surrounded by the magic all about him.
If you tell me where he is, I'll just shoot an arrow at him.
That's a horrible.
Are
idea.
you really?
Obviously, it's a joke. He's kind of a pain in the ass for disappearing
Look
on us
at the
all the time.
stream. Look at the stream.
Too late, Scott. Either way.
You little bitch. I saw that. I saw that too.
But for now, at least we had found him. You can at least we need you to keep an eye on him. To see where the
And
fuck
at
he
that
goes.
exact moment, I turn and go back towards the other side of the house.
Wait away. He's leaving.
Like over there?
Other corner
Has
of
he
the house.
has
yeah,
he
yeah.
left has he left my 60-foot range?
A house is in between you and me. You cannot see through the house.
I can see the
God.
magic. I have X-rays. Deal with it.
That's not how detect magic works. It's not through solid objects.
All I got to say is Darrow's a dick for fucking keep on disappearing on us. kind
Hey,
of worrisome
buddy.
at the same time.
Oh gosh, it's 30 feet. It's a 30-foot radius. I am so disappointed. I could have. Yeah, no, I barely saw him. He's gone now.
With your detect magic, can you look into
Yeah,
the
I
manor
barely
over
saw
there
him.
to see if you can see anything?
Too far.
See what?
To see any magic. This is
All right.
The manor north of you guys.
Necromancy. The no man or me? Where? I should look at him.
North of you guys. Your positioning. He's drawing an arrow for you, buddy.
Okay, yeah. Do I see what I'm looking at the man?
This one, right here.
The manor is.
You want? Let's just break into this manor already. What's taking so long? Let's just do it.
The manor
I'm sorry,
itself-
we have found out that there's a whole bunch of monstrosities outside, most likely alarm boys and zombies. You want to just storm the fucking house?
Yes.
Storm the castle.
it's
No,
gonna definitely be
Yes.
Walking Dead all over again.
I am
Release
not
the
this is
fighting
a
a horde.
bad idea.
I have a limited amount of sources of. We got to find the main source of bad energy of this place and get rid of it. Because there's no way we can fight all these things, and I have spell slots left.
This
I
building
got 6.
here.
That's all I got. I got 6.
This building here, Lars, is giving off a little bit of necromantic
Make it
magic.
purple.
Mm.
Necromancy is either a lime green or a purple.
It could be blue, or red.
That's not how it works.
Funnily enough, some of the strongest healing and resurrection spells are in the necromancy tree.
You
Yep,
have
yep,
my
yep.
sword, you have my bow, and you have your brother.
Don't tempt me now. I can't get that spell next level.
But this manor is giving off necromancy.
Mm.
Very little necromancy, but necromancy nonetheless.
Looks at Thalmor. I think we are dealing with a necromancer. That wasn't particularly obvious.
No, it makes sense. You don't
Yeah.
usually see undead
And
blood
he's in
the
there,
manor.
I think. Points at the manor. Do we just... If a man... Makes me wish I kinda had a spell that my cousin has called Sending. Really useful spell.
No, in reality, it'd be nice if we could take her out silently before she even knows anything's happening.
Yeah, let's just try and get into there. Let's go.
But since I've already taken out one of their undead,
So-
would she by any chance know if that undead passed away in the manner of a form of a something to catch her off guard, like to have her unaware?
Are you asking if the fucking necromancer has hive mind bullshit?
Yes.
Sits down as the wind stops. He would know. Oh crap.
Darrow would know that this front door would be right here, by the way, on the manor.
Right. Just do 2 lines.
So the necromancer would know.
Or, sorry, the door is over here. I didn't notice the path here.
Perfect.
But this would be the door.
You're right.
It's up to you all. What do you want to do?
So there's
Rescue the
there's
princess.
shut the fuck up. You said that there was the what looks like a laying down horse, most likely a corpse in the fucking stalls, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm
dead
going
dead horse
to,
is right here.
As you walk,
And it's stinky.
if we see
Very
him,
stinky.
Very
we
stinky.
need to get the jump on him. I cannot resurrect, or I'm not powerful enough to resurrect the dead from all records and rumors. So he's more powerful than me in spellcraft.
Want to
We
quickly
must
make my way over to the front
get
door,
the advantage on the drop on him.
trying not to make too much noise in the mud and dirt and stuff.
Okay.
But
Well, you have your stealth roll. Go on ahead. And Lars, you would notice the magic emanating off of him, of course, as he runs across the path.
15. 15.
Darrow is going into the house as well. We should follow.
Darrow is here in front of the door now. Are you all moving forward?
I'm kind of hesitant because we do need to protect the girl. And we
Yeah.
I
don't
told
wanna-
y'all to stay the fuck away, and you didn't listen. Correction, the small girl didn't listen, but
It's better than leaving you to die by a necromancer, and then we have to deal with that.
Okay, so you all are going to the door now?
More like Lars was saying about the window.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
we're gonna go in a different way manner.
well,
He's gonna start slightly waving at Darrow if he can notice. Like, come on.
well,
And he's a gesture and coming over. Up for this front door. It's
Well.
obviously trapped.
Darrow is at the door, and of course there is a window here. So,
Oh, I'm so sorry for scaring the shit out of you.
Yeah, looks at Armir.
Come on, do your thing.
Oh, I'll be looking in the window. I hope I don't see no naked grandma.
naked zombie grandma.
Oh, even better. Now that's an image I like to see in my brain. Fuck you.
Rotting titties.
Titties. Not the titties I want to be seeing, though.
so
As we get closer to the house, do I have a better outline? Like looking for the window being boosted?
So, as you all get towards the manor, perception check to look in first. And is Darrow doing anything special to the door, or is he just going for it?
Well,
I gotta think. Like trying to get in the door?
Mhm.
11.
I'm just gonna try and open the door. And why are you peck popping, you bitch? Trying to think of. When Darrow goes and reaches for the door handle, this is the first time that he kind of notices that he is actually, like, he doesn't see his fucking hand at all. And it starts to fucking click as to why everything seemed kind of really easy for him to sneak around and look through windows and shit.
Mhm.
Talking what seems to be but to himself, but to the cat. This is what you did?
For now.
Fucking hell, alright. Well, see if it does me any good. And tries to open the door.
The door is locked.
Oh, shit.
I'm kidding. The door is unlocked.
Fuck you. Was it a push-pull situation, asshole?
No.
excited for the point blank fireball.
Did
I was thinking you could do some Kool-Aid
knock
Man shit.
first? Hey, I already Kool-Aid manned our fucking carriage. I don't think I need to do it again.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The two of you are horrendous. Yeah, open up the door and like peek inside and enter the manor. Are we
Sleight
gonna
of
need
hand and stealth.
Yeah. You want me to roll those?
Mm-hmm. Sleight of hand first to try to open the door carefully.
Mm-hmm.
This time,
Fuck.
don't step through the boards.
Fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
11 for sleight of hand. And then what was the other one? Stealth?
Mm-hmm.
Take good
Interesting.
care.
Fuck me. 6.
He's going in saying, "Oh yeah."
Interesting.
I don't like that.
So you got a 6 for your stealth?
Yeah, I kind of fucking step on the one loud ass creaky board.
Well, all of them are creaky, as the manor is kind of run down, even if it is one of the only standing buildings. However, the first floor is rather open, much like the rest of the buildings here. The only difference in this one, though, is that in the center of the room, much like a supporting pillar kind of build, there seems to be a chimney, a fire pit that leads into a metal fireplace and chimney that leads up and out of the building. However, as you step inside and you look around, and as Lars and Thormir get to the window and look inside, you all can see now a figure sitting in finer clothes, reading a book with one leg crossed over the other, as they kind of comfortably sit back in their chair. A set of spectacles on their eyes. As you notice what looks to be a half-elf with a streak of gray from the front all the way to the back of their head. It's shortcut hair, but they have it pushed back. And as Darrow opens the door and tries to stealthily make his way in, simply to cause himself a bit of issue, Darrow watches as this half-elf looks to the door, closes their book, sets it on their table next to them, and simply interlocks their fingers as they stare at the door now, just waiting.
We can see this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're watching from the window. You can see me sitting there trying to walk in through the front fucking door.
It's time to pull out the popcorn.
The mage Darrow's about to be eviscerated. Does he have robes on? Let's see.
No ropes. It looks like finer clothing. Finer than what you have seen.
Not commoner clothing.
Not commoner clothing, not royal clothing, just kind of nicer clothes.
Aristocratic, more or less.
Yeah, kind of.
Get the window open.
This half-elf has a button-up with a vest over it, dress pants, and a simple, almost looks like a trench coat, much like a lot of the coats that many people wear to keep the rain off of them. This half elf has one hung up on a coat rack next to the fire pit, seemingly to dry the jackets off when done being outside.
Looking at him, with my good perception, can I roll to see if I see any signs of spellcasting, weaponry, etc.,
Animosity.
death?
I will be definitely giving Lars a upsies for this too, by the way.
Okay. Well, I suppose that will give Lars advantage. Simply because I find it very funny that a dwarf is...
We're a person
Boosting the
now!
gnome.
I'm a gnome and a dwarf in a trench coat, but you can't tell.
24.
Natural 20? Or a dirty 20?
No. 18, 24. 5 plus
Gotcha.
6.
Very nice. Okay. Well,
And I,
as you look in,
Oh no.
where the streak of white goes from the front to the back of his head, you notice that down his face is a very pale section of his face. His skin itself, it almost looks like a scar that goes from the top down to the jaw, as if an animal or some kind of beast or something like that had clawed down his face with one large claw. And it looks like a massive scar that was almost like sewn back together. And he doesn't seem to be casting any spells. He doesn't seem hostile. He doesn't seem threatened. He just kind of seems to be patiently waiting for whatever's at the door. And-
I love how you make me think like this. My gosh, what's the plan?
And after a few moments, the voice is heard. Yes, can I help you? Whoever's there.
At this point, just letting the door close in on itself, moving towards the left, kind of towards their window a little bit.
Okay.
don't block our view. This
Try
is
to be-
entertainment for us.
Trying not to make too much noise, yeah, but
Okay, roll another stealth for me as you try to regain a little bit of your stealth.
is that shut the fuck up. 13.
A 13.
He's on the alert now.
Better than a 6.
Well, as you're moving along the wall carefully, you do notice a number of shelves just kind of dot the wall with books. It seems like this person's well read. And it doesn't look like a whole lot of like special books or anything like that. Lars doesn't see anything with his detect magic. He doesn't see like a bunch of magic tomes or anything like that. He just sees books that this person has seemingly collected, more than likely. As he seems to sit there, still staring at the door as it closes in on itself. And he seems to kind of like look around a little bit, and he, somewhat confused, he does finally stand up. And he walks over to the door. And he shuts it all the way at this point. Then he just kind of shakes his head and, well, I guess the villagers don't need me tonight. And he just kind of walks back to his seat, and he sits. And he opens his book again, seemingly back to the bookmarked page that he was reading. And he just kind of slowly leans back in his chair and just continues his reading next to the fire. As
Magic on him.
Darrow now gets to the window.
And I didn't say I was going to the window. I said I was moving towards it.
Well, Lars
More
can
out
see
of the way of the front door.
Okay, well, Lars can see the outline of Darrow, and Lars can see that there is a magic tome next to his chair. Similar to yours, almost. It's got an array of magics kind of circling it.
Is a glow brighter than mine?
It glows.
Okay.
Be a mage. Wizard. Like myself.
Look around, kind of trying to see what else is around. Get a fucking 16.
It seems that, for the most part, there we go. It seems, for the most part, looking around. If you'd like to make a perception check.
16.
16. Looking around, it doesn't seem like he's got a whole lot. It looks like he has a good collection of books, and he's got a decent selection of he does have a decent selection of reading material. He's got what looks to be a small chest against the wall. Looks like a decorative chest almost. But for the most part, it looks like everything he owns is very simple. It's not grandiose, it's not all over the place. It's just very simplistic. It's like he doesn't want to be seen as having a whole lot. Or he just doesn't have a whole lot.
Did we see Darrow? I know you see the late line. Did he move or something? Or?
Just currently looking around right now, trying to see if there's anything to note, anything crazy, any rooms, anything like that. And so far, nothing.
Or Darrow zombies?
Darrow.
Do I notice them?
It wouldn't be difficult.
Look out the window, just see a little pointy hat.
It's a big cat too, so. Bigger than sombrero.
Before he can say anything else or draw more attention to himself, I just want to put a fucking hand out to, like, kind of signal just to calm down.
He's up.
Don't draw attention to yourself. Don't draw the big fucking things to your location. Are there any rooms, any doorways?
There's a staircase that leads upstairs to a second floor. It's more like a loft by the look of it.
Anything
There's not
visible from...
There's not really any rooms in here. This manor, you have this main floor. You have the staircase that leads upstairs to this loft area. and there's a almost like a walkway that goes along the back wall as decoration so that you can look down to the first floor, and then a second loft that's connected to that walkway. And there's like a decorative wall of about probably 3 feet distance from a balcony that is still connected to that walkway, and then a set of double doors at the very end of the walkway. So it looks like the bedroom is up there, but for the most part, it's just a loft area. There's not much else in this building. There's not a whole lot in this town or this little village at all.
Except for necromancy.
Quietly, I want to pull my greatsword from its scabbard, and instead of having to more or less sneak, still quiet footsteps as much as possible on whatever carpet there is.
We're inside.
I'm inside.
How?
Buddy, did you like tune out the past like 15-20 minutes?
But you opened up the door. Oh,
Yes.
you went left. Oh.
I
Oh,
went
I thought-
into the
thought-
manor. I opened the door, flubbed my fucking stealth check. He went, the fuck?
I thought you went
Hello?
out. I
No,
thought you went
I-
out.
I
Okay,
just walked-
makes some out of this. Just
I walked
points-
out of the way of the doorway in case he walked towards the door.
He just points up.
You saw me, and I went, don't draw more attention, you fuck ass. And now I want to... I don't want to say sneak up, but like I want to very quietly approach him and get within, like having my greatsword pointed directly at his face.
Mm-hmm. You roll a stealth check.
Okay, well,
He's about to do something stupid. Get the window open.
fuck. It went into my glove.
Reroll.
I kind of have to, yeah, because it wasn't even like upright.
Cocked is the term.
Huh?
Cocked is the term.
Cocked. What the fuck? I got so confused for a minute.
Crooked, cocked.
Cricket.
15.
Oh yeah?
And like, all I need to know is, well,
Where this guy's passive? Oh, there it is. Nice.
That'd be pretty high knowing it's a wizard.
No.
before anything else
Wizards are intelligence,
happens-
remember?
Yeah. Intelligence, wisdom is their
Mhm.
typical two main stats, so.
Mm-hmm.
Before anything else for that happens,
Because we're proficient
me-
in
let me
both
think about this.
intelligence and wisdom saving throws, so it's.
Think very carefully.
once I'm within,
Have
Once
we
I have my
convinced-
motherfucker, shush! Once I have my greatsword leveled to his face, I want to uncloak and say, you have 3 seconds to explain to me what the hell's happened in this village and why this magical woman in my head wants you dead.
Can we have gotten the window open? Please?
He's doing a lot of rolls. I don't like that.
Yeah! No, you're about to. Oh, gosh. Digging out the spellbook. Wreck the spellbook. Wreck the spellbook. Or get rid of the whip for the weight casting weapon. Cool, making them useless.
Hold on. And
As
also, hold on. Fucking, let me see.
as you uncloak,
19 plus 2 for intimidation.
hmm,
So 21.
as you uncloak, you notice the half-elf take a deep breath, as if shocked for a moment, and then looks at you, and then seems to let out a small sigh of relief.
There's a great sword leveled at his face, but okay.
He then closes his book, sets it back on the table, and he smiles. Would you like some tea?
I wanted an answer. I was told to come here by something I don't understand, and a mark on my chest tells me you're the reason I'm here. So, talk.
Well, I always do my best talking over a small cup of tea, but if you simply want to do it this way, then that's fine. I don't know why you're here. I don't rightly know what drew you here. But if you're here for a reason, then whatever it is, I'm sure is important. What would you like answered?
What's wrong with the town?
Do you mean the disheveled part, or...
I mean the big monstrosities you have guarding your little manor up here. I'm talking about the shambling dead in your roads and how disparaging the living situations are for these people. On a village that doesn't even exist on any map that we've seen.
Well, that's because these people... Well, they were gypsies. They tried to set up shop, as you would put it, I assume. As you can see, nomadic people, well, they're not very good at homesteading.
And how do you fit into all this?
Can I tell you a secret?
That depends.
As at this point, you would have been, not Darrow, Dormir and Lars would have been able to try and jangle the half-rotted lock on the window off, as it now flies open. The window open. What would you two like to do as you see Darrow standing over this half-elf with a scar down his face? Seemingly both kind of tense, one for one reason, the other for another.
So, real quick, what's the outlook on necromancy in this world?
It depends on how it's used. You have necromancers who use it to, revive people, because like I said, a lot of the strongest resurrection spells are necromancy. And there's
Just
very
talking
strong healing
general
magic.
Raising of the dead. Undead.
It depends. A lot of the time it's seen as uncouth. It's not looked fondly upon, because people are, taking corpses that should stay buried or were gotten through ill means and are making them zombies, making them undead.
Taboo.
It's a dirty taboo kind of thing, and it's usually frowned upon simply because of the fact that, the body is reanimated. The soul can't rest because the body itself is moving around, is in some eyes, and others see it as an abomination of magic because you're taking something like a corpse and making it move. But then again, there are also those that believe that taking the corpse of somebody who is willing is the same as, some wizards or some people view it as the equivalent of taking on a familiar, because you are enslaving a spirit basically to make your life easier.
Y'all motherfuckers gonna climb in the window or what?
And then there are others who believe it to be kind of like just a study. It's something worth studying. The effects of magic on the body after it's, deceased. But it just depends where you go, who you talk to.
We're in the middle of the fucking boonies and there's just a necromancy village. I don't trust any of this shit.
Now, what's the big Colossus? Not Colossus. Thank goodness it's not Colossus. What are the large undead doing?
They're just sitting there.
Continue sitting. Okay, continue
They
sitting.
have not been activated.
Season sufficient. Runs away. On out. Grab his book.
Hand over the wand. Oh, you have an instrument. You know
I'm gonna
what?
stay outside with the girl.
She's like lifting herself up with her tippy toes, looking over the sill, trying to see what's going on inside.
You can.
The elf doesn't look like he has anything else on him of arcane focus. It looks like his spell book is what you have in his hand.
Very odd.
I'm
Which-
guessing you're the source of the necromancy here?
Yes, yes I am.
Who do you serve?
And the people that live here.
You know what I am asking. Who do you serve? What god?
I don't believe in gods.
Really? In this place, in this world, you don't believe in gods?
I believe...
I don't like them either, but...
I believe that there are people who reached capabilities that others saw as godly. Think about it. What I'm doing outside, I'm reanimating the dead, I admit. But to some, without magic, without knowledge of magic, some might see that as a godly power.
Slightly lowered, but pressing into roughly the sternum collarbone area with the tip of the greatsword. That was someone's family member. Someone's husband, someone's wife, someone's kid.
And they consented. I don't resurrect the kids, however.
Yes, we know where he draws his line.
Look
Where
outside.
did you learn your magic?
Shanto, actually.
You're starting to piss me off.
Well, That tends to happen when you listen to what you want to hear and see what you see and make a judgment based off of that. I could say that you're a thug trying to rob me, but instead you started asking questions, so now I'm a bit confused.
There isn't much here to rob anyways.
And that's the point. You see,
Actually, this thing's
outside.
probably worth-
Outside.
Walker's just next to me, holding the book like, yeah, this could go for a pretty penny.
This thing's probably worth more than the entire village itself. I wish I was kidding.
Outside, the large creatures with the bells for hands. They are made of dead animals that I have gathered. The bells are made of metal that I have painstakingly, with magic, formed into bells. They allow me to alert the people that live here if something goes awry. A wild animal, some bear, mountain lions, anything else that lives out here. I do my best to keep them safe, using those monstrosities out there. The zombies, the shambling folks, some of them were not rotted so far that they were visibly undead. Some of them were. I use the ones that are too far gone to patrol and watch and make sure that bandits and such don't come in, because who's going to try and steal from a run-down village that's got a few undead walking about?
Just to let you know, bud, I did take down one of your zombies up front.
Which one? Was it the young woman?
The one with the jaw hanging down. It was quick.
Okay.
Painless.
That's less of a worry. The older, more rotted bodies, like that one, that happened to be the old head of the gypsy caravan that you see outside now living here. I used him as one of the patrols. He was too far along for my gentle repose to keep from rotting.
I don't like this. This doesn't make sense.
You know who does like it? In the village, there's a little girl. She lost her mother to a bear attack not long ago. All of the damage done by that animal was done to her body. Not her face, not her arms, not her legs. One clean claw along the back. The husband asked me to help. Now, she reads her little girl bedtime stories before bed. And that little girl has no idea yet that her mother is no longer with us. When she's old enough to understand, I'm sure her father will explain. She may come to resent me. She may come to love me. She may come to grow a disdain for me, or maybe she'll grow interested in magic herself. But nonetheless, right now, that young girl still has her mother. The dead are simple. I give them commands. They follow through. It's the living you need to worry about.
It's actually one of the good.
Lars, are
best-
you sure that he can't do any magic without that damn book?
Looks around, looks at him.
He's got no magic anything on him. There is no
Unless his
magic on him.
spells are verbal and symmetric alone. No. Anything that requires materials is now kind of held off, if that makes any sense.
Now, what do you get out of this? Raising the dead.
You just
Protecting
asking this from the
the-
fucking window.
Yes.
To see how wild-based.
What do I get?
What's the point?
What's the point in doing anything? When I was a soldier, I worked to save people through healing. And then I realized there was no point in healing those that were using others for their own satisfaction in this world. I don't do this for any particular reason. I get to study the effects of magic on these corpses. I get to study stronger magics. I get a home that people can't persecute me. And these people get safety. They get workers. They get family members for a short while longer.
Something's not adding up.
Do you just... And what if people don't like it?
Do you have a name?
You can answer the gnome's question first.
My name is Ueden.
You're done. Does it ring any bells of wanted necromancers on the run?
Roll a history.
All of us?
Hi, Andrew.
If you'd like.
Shit. Fucking, where's my D20?
14.
Haha. 21.
21.
Getting ours. I think it's a 6 for me, total.
Okay. Well, Lars would know that the name does sound familiar. And it does help that he mentioned he was a soldier at one point. However, you're not entirely sure as to why they were saying that he was wanted. Because he is wanted. However, the mercenary, the one that's done this a little bit longer, mercenary work and such, Darrow knows Uedun Mirius, a half-elf wanted for treason as he defected. He was a soldier. However, he was not a soldier of Shanto. He was a soldier of Dere. He defected. He's wanted for said defection. It seems that during his time as a soldier, he was one of the healers. However, at some point, he had, quote-unquote, lost his mind, harmed a few soldiers on his way out, and ran from the battlefield. He has not been found since. And people
Until
thought
today.
that at some point he had simply gotten caught up with somebody and found and killed or robbed or something like that. He didn't get away with much because he had left with what was on him. So,
How long was this war? Like, what? How long ago was this?
He's a half elf.
Mm-hmm.
in
You left your
Dere,
post.
there is always a war going on.
Just looking at Darun. Darun? Darun?
Dere.
Dara.
Are you talking about the half-elf or Dere?
Mm-hmm. No. The half-elf.
Hold on. Uadun.
Yuden. Sugunetsuki. Hmm. Technically, he's not a traitor of our nation.
He's not a traitor of this
No,
nation.
no, traitor.
He's
not
left
wanted.
his post.
That's me.
And I'm kind of questioning why I'm fucking here.
Why are we here? You
Good
just started running for
fucking
this little
question.
spot. I know he's wanted, that's why I don't. Back when I said retrieve him, I didn't know any of that. This was who he knew.
Darrow looks very torn between what to do, what to say, trying his best to keep the greatsword leveled, while also trying to figure it out and just... This doesn't make any sense. Why would she tell me to come here? And to him, of all fucking people. Rose, you gonna give me a damn answer or not? Said I have a fucking favor to ask you. This is it.
Who's Rose?
That is a good question.
Lars, how long does this detect magic go? 10 minutes? Hour?
I think it's a minute.
I think it's longer than a minute.
I thought it was 10 minutes.
I'm pretty sure it's like
Thanks.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Blinded again.
No, thankfully it wears off before anything happens.
Just in time before you get flashbanged.
roll a d100 for me, James. Or not James, Hootie.
Woohoo.
Fortune dice.
Clicky clacky math racks.
Shit. 58.
58.
May the odds be in your favor.
Wow.
You rolled a red dice, and that's terrifying.
No, I
It's
rolled
either-
2 dice.
Earlier.
I have only rolled that low one other time. As Darrow seems to yell about this Rose character,
Into the fucking void.
you said you had a 58?
Mhm.
Odds or evens?
I got a
You
58.
should.
Mm-hmm. Odds
you
or
should
evens?
You should really ask that question before we roll.
I like making you think about it. Because you rolled
Yeah.
one number, so you have to decide whether you want to go with what that number is or the other one. It's very fun either way.
Odd.
Odd. As you're yelling into the ether, Thormir, Lars, Darrow, and the girl.
And that guy.
No. Just the 3. No. No, all of them.
Counting the girl, it's 4.
Yeah. Trying to decide.
What have I done that the DM sitting there going, hmm?
The 4 of you suddenly watch as everything around you freezes.
Brain stops.
Everything freezes. Everything stops. Everything pauses. You each look around, each of you trying to figure out what's going on. If you're just seeing things, if something has happened, if the half-elf has used some kind of magic, if you're just losing your minds. You look around, and as you look, in the blur of your vision of turning your heads, you all find yourselves in a green meadow. This
He's a card.
green meadow, looking around in all directions, seems to go on forever. However, you turn and you look, and very close by, there's a small hill that rolls up to what looks to be an apple tree. This apple tree glistens green, beautiful, bright. And you look up, and there are no clouds. There's no rain. However, you notice as you look up, the sky, blue, purple, orange, blue, purple, orange, black, blue, purple, orange, black, blue, as it seems to go through day cycle after day cycle after day cycle.
So we see the sun for the first time.
You're not entirely sure what you see.
I'm guessing there's no clouds, there's no sun, there's no moon, there's no
There's
stars.
nothing.
It's
It's just the day cycle going over and over and over.
It's like time is fast forwarding.
we're in the pocket dimension where I fell on my ass. All right.
You all look towards the tree. And for a moment, there's no one there. However, you all hear a voice. Dara, is this really what you want to use your favor on? And from behind the tree, a pale woman in a long black dress, no shorter than 7 foot, with long black hair and nails like claws, steps from behind the tree with an apple in hand as she stares at it. And that is where episode 7 comes to an end.
Why you gotta be like that? I was gonna give you a fucking answer.
Oh.
Because it's fun that way, and it keeps our viewers interested. So,
It's also more of making you think over the next week
No,
if
I
you're
have
really
my
going
answer.
to, if you're really going to use it on this.
so thank you all for coming along. Thank you all for joining us tonight in this wonderful episode of Steam and Rain. Thank you all for coming along on this wonderful journey as we finally are back officially here in the Will-O-Wisp Woods. After a very interesting journey through the woods into a village that seemingly had quite a few undead shambling about and sitting about, and meeting a strange half-elven necromancer. What could this strange woman possibly have planned? And what will Darrow's answer be? We'll find out next week when Steam and Rain episode 8 comes along. I do hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that you all had a wonderful time listening in. We went a little longer this episode because I did want to make sure that we got extra time in since we had been gone. But we will be sure to keep the campfire roaring for you so that when you get lost following the Will-O-Wisps again, they have somewhere for you to sit when you're listening to their stories. So we hope to see you here to listen to their stories again next time in the Will-O-Wisp Woods.
Have a good day, have a good night, whatever it is, wherever you are.